Excellent. Excellent.
So,
and so your writing is coming from your own experiences.
yes.
Now we got a chance to also talk about some of the venues that you do, that you've had an opportunity to go and play at. And you mentioned that you do go to a rehab center where you bless them with your music as well.
Yeah, and it's awesome to go to that. I myself had gone through a recovery program a few years ago called Celebrate Recovery. So my heart is in going into those kind of, ventures and be able to speak into their life, just like, I did. And so we got to play at, what was the name of that place?
Talbot House?
Yeah, the Talbot House.
Yes, that's what I remember now too, Talbot House.
And it was just awesome. Very intimate setting because it's a very kind of like a little cafeteria, and all the folks that are going there for help are just right there in front of you. So we enjoy that because you kind of like feel like you're speaking to somebody actually, not as opposed to being on stage. You're like really far back and they're out there. But it was very intimate, and we liked the results of what came out of it after we finished performing, because people, and young people or whatever, would come up and ask questions. And for our staff that was there that day, Teresa, which travels with us, seeing this young guy coming up to her and saying, "Hey man, I need some help," and just being able to reach them was awesome. I mean,
she prayed with him and really got to speak into his life. And if that's like the best part.
Yeah.
You really.
That's the heart of why we're out there.
Exactly.
That's the heart of why we do what we do.
It blesses me to see that, because why else do it? If it's not glorifying God, and if it's not reaching people, there's no point.
That's the passion that really, that I have that passion. We have this passion to really want to affect people's lives in a good way. Because God knows the marketplace is saturated with so much junk.
Yes, so much junk and so much need.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this when we spoke. And there's a platform for everything. There really is. Your music is alternative in its nature, and the young audience that loves that music, that electronica, that acoustic sound, they're not going to listen to, classic hymns. They're not going to listen to classic hymns, or they're not going to even listen to something that may have an R&B vibe, But they're going to listen to that music that appeals to them, and in there are your beautiful words created to kind of renew a mind and transform, hopefully, when someone listens. And it's a beautiful thing. I just want to say I had a chance to listen to some of your music, and I think it's beautiful.
Awesome.
I really do. I do. The genre that I listen to is an alternative alternative and acoustic sounding. But when you have a heart for the Lord, you are open. And I listened and went, wow, it's beautiful.
Awesome.
And you have your target audience. Okay, so getting back to your project, how do you market? Well, you're an independent label right now. So how do you go about trying to get your music out to the general public?
Well, I can tell you one thing. The market has changed. From the time that I played in bands, back in the day when you would get signed and you would have a CD, blah, blah, blah. That market is gone.
Well, yeah, it's like a dime a dozen now. Everyone had like the same goal. Let's get famous, rich. It's not what we're here for.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we've learned that everybody downloads music. So we found a company that has enabled us to be able to upload our music just about to every venue out there that sells digital music. So we're going to do it that way. And we'll probably press a few CDs, but we know that people really don't buy CDs,
It's for most of the when we go out and play somewhere live. We got something to give people.
Yes. Yes.
Besides
like
T-shirts.
I buy CDs. I buy a lot of CDs because artwork. I love the artwork of CDs. That's what sells me. The artwork.
So great cover.
Great cover. I like reading lyrics.
Okay.
Most of the, we're talking about how young people and how we try to influence them with our music, and I can tell you, you can't sell. Young people today will just not buy anything, or they won't buy into anything. If they don't see that an artist is authentic, they won't buy it. They just won't buy it anymore. They're looking for real people, I mean, I know we all watch American Idol, And the reason why we're attracted to it is because we see real people experiencing real life and a challenge to get to the top, to be able to perform their art. And that's what you see in young people today, really.
Okay. Okay, very interesting. So where can we find you locally? Where are you on the local scene? Which coffee houses can we say that you can be heard at?
We're playing in 2 more weeks. We're playing at the Mahasset Meeting House out in Mahasset, Long Island. And if they go to the website, upwardspiral.net, they'll get all the information there.
Okay. It's under upcoming events.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I did see that.
Yes.
So you'll be adding as you go, obviously.
Yes,
you'll
we
update
are.
and okay, I saw the blog also.
Okay, cool.
Update the blog.
Yeah, it's a jack of all trades, literally.
Yes.
In this business, we don't have a manager. We are managers.
Now, Joe, tell me about the part that you interject with music, with Upward Spiral. Your musicality. What do you bring?
Well, I play electric guitar, and you know, Michael played the tracks for me, and I'll sit there and I'll listen. I'm like, wow, you know, that's cool, and I'll start hearing like these cool sounds in my head, you know, and it's just try my best to make them happen, you know.
Okay.
You know, and it's
so there's inspiration.
Yes.
When you're listening to something that he's kind of laid some groundwork for.
Yeah.
And then you're filling that song. You're adding your portion.
Yes.
Okay, and that portion again is you doing
electric rhythm, lead riffs, things like that.
Okay.
And he's good at it. He's very good at it.
Well,
Sell yourself short.
Let's give credit where credit's due.
Exactly.
Right? Okay, he's modest and humble. Okay, that's a good place to be.
Yeah.
And Kenny, your portion of how you bring your gifts.
I play bass. Actually, I'm very similar to the way he perceives it. Like Mike lays down like the tracks, and I'm sitting there, I'm listening to them. I'm like, all right, this is gonna be amazing bass line. But what he does, what he lays out, is amazing. And then he's like, all right, have fun. That's what he does.
yeah, and that's exactly what he does.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we do. We're like,
Yeah.
all right, we just mesh everything together into one amazing piece.
And now, how much time do you spend in your studio
A lot of time.
when
Yeah.
you're working on your, on your pieces? How much time are you spending?
We'll meet like a few times a week,
Yeah.
like 2-3 hours.
Yep.
You know, and sometimes we'll get 2 songs
But
done.
you never know.
Sometimes we'll
Sometimes
get
he'll-
1 done.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll get 3 done.
Yeah.
You know, it depends. You know, we do multiple tracks on it sometimes. And
Yeah.
It's
And
it's a process.
And once you're pretty certain you have something, everyone reviews, make sure
Yes.
it's an okay, a check across the board,
Yeah.
everyone's good,
Yeah.
and then it's a final piece.
Yeah, we've encountered that where Joe's laid down a rhythm track, and we'll kind of like lay it aside for a week or two and go back and listen, and he'll go, "No way, man, I can't do that again," and it's okay.
What was that?
Yeah, he goes, "What was I
I
thinking
think you
that
did
day?"
that for like a song that you're writing.
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
You're like, no.
I'll do that. I'll put together a little musical piece and I send it to the guys, because you can do that on the internet now, and they'll be honest about it and go, "Mike, that's just not good," and so we scrap it. You'll scrap it,
That's honest
You know,
feedback. Necessary.
No egos to stroke here.
Exactly.
Because really the bottom line is we want to be happy with the project and what it sounds like, because the fans need to, we're fans. We're fans. As a matter of fact, tomorrow we're going to go see Stryper play.
Oh, yeah.
The Christian band Stryper play here somewhere in Farmingdale. And so we're fans too, and we know what it's like to.
I'm jealous. I want to go. I really want to go.
So,
Get your tickets.
yeah. So as a fan, I know that I wouldn't want to hear something that's horrible. I would feel that I was being let down by the artists if they put something out that just was mediocre,
Yeah.
So.
Okay, well, is there anything else with regard to the project we can discuss?
I just want to challenge the fans that just don't brush us aside. because you know,
Always something new.
Yeah, this is really not that we're boasting, but this is something completely different.
Yeah.
And if you go to the website and you listen to our short demo, you'll see what we're talking about.
It's a unique sound.
Yeah.
And which is what grabs me. You know, I love unique things. I love unique sounds, and something new is.
Yeah, it's
really
special.
good.
It's set aside, kind
Exactly.
of like the word of the Lord.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely,
it's special. It's set aside. It says something, and it's uplifting. So let's talk about Sarah, because we spoke about Sarah, and you mentioned that she brings a special element, and her sound is very organic.
Yeah, it's listening to her is like that artist that we kept saying she sounds like. I can't think of her name right now. But well, I'm excited, not only because she's my daughter, because my dream has always been to have her on board with me touring, you know. But seeing her grow as a musician, you know, from a little girl to being 17 now and recording her own albums. Last year she recorded her first Christmas album on her own. I mean, she's a writer, a producer, a songwriter. She's just awesome, a musician.
Well, God bless her.
And, you know, it's just, we're excited. We're really excited.
Well, that's obviously a part of, you know, her DNA and
It
her
definitely
exposure. Her exposure to growing up with music and watching you do your thing. I mean, it's just rubbed off, and she gets to bless at this point and create a fan base. So I think that at this point, I'm going to say thank you so much for coming and joining us on the Mike Velarde Show. It was a pleasure meeting you,
Same here.
getting to know you, and God bless.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.